The crowd was silent, their eyes fixed on the gleaming platform at the center of the grand hall. Bright lights shimmered across the polished floor, reflecting off the ornate walls etched with symbols of power and honor. Every noble of the planet Zithra had gathered here, their gazes sharp and calculating. But all attention was on Illyra, the alien noblewoman known for her wisdom, her ruthlessness, and her beauty. Illyra stood tall, her silver robes flowing like liquid light. Her eyes glimmered like twin stars, scanning the room. "Step forward, or be cast out," she said, her voice clear and commanding. The words echoed through the hall, heavy with judgment. The challengers, young nobles hoping to gain her favor, hesitated. No one wanted to fail. No one wanted to be exiled from the noble circle. But Illyra's challenge was legendary. Whoever succeeded would gain wealth, status, and influence beyond imagination. Whoever failed would vanish into the outer territories, never to return. Among the challengers was Kale, a young human who had traveled across galaxies to reach Zithra. Unlike the other nobles, Kale had no wealth, no connections, and no lineage. His people were simple settlers, not warriors or diplomats. Yet, he had a fire in his heart, a hunger for knowledge and adventure that no obstacle could extinguish. Kale's eyes met Illyra's, and he felt her gaze pierce through him. "You! Step forward," she said suddenly, pointing at him. The hall gasped. A human? In a challenge meant for the most elite of Zithra? Kale swallowed hard. Every instinct screamed to run. Every doubt whispered that he was unworthy. But he took a step forward, and then another. The floor beneath his feet hummed softly, as if acknowledging his courage. "Very well," Illyra said. "Your first task is not of strength, but of mind." She raised a crystalline orb into the air. Light twisted inside it, forming shapes and patterns that no human eye could easily understand. Inside this orb is a fragment of knowledge from the lost archives of Zithra. You must retrieve it. Fail, and you will be cast out. The crowd murmured. Even the most experienced nobles had struggled with the orb of memories. Many had tried and failed. Many had been banished, forgotten. Kale stepped closer to the orb. He felt a strange warmth radiating from it, and he realized that the orb responded to thought, not touch. He focused, letting his mind clear of fear. Shapes began to swirl inside the orb, forming a pattern he somehow understood. His heart pounded, but he stayed calm. One by one, he aligned the patterns with his mind. Slowly, the orb opened like a blooming flower, revealing a tiny crystal of glowing light. Kale grabbed it. The hall erupted in whispers. A human had succeeded where many nobles had failed. Illyra's eyes shone with intrigue. "Interesting," she murmured. But there was no time to celebrate. "Second task," she said. Her voice became sharp, slicing through the air like a blade. "You must prove your worth in the trial of courage." The walls of the hall shifted, transforming the floor into a vast holographic landscape. Mountains rose, rivers flowed, and strange creatures roamed the virtual world. Kale realized he was no longer in a hall. He was standing on a perilous cliff, staring down at a glowing pit of energy. "You must retrieve the flame of Zithra from the heart of this chasm," Illyra's voice echoed. "Only then will your trial be complete." Kale's stomach churned. He had never faced creatures like the holographic beasts that roamed the cliffs. Their eyes glowed red, their claws sharp. But he reminded himself that the challenge was as much about strategy as courage. He observed the creatures, noting their movements. Then, carefully, he climbed, leaped, and dodged, letting his instincts guide him. One beast lunged at him. Kale ducked, rolling forward, and using a loose rock to trip it. Another approached from the side. He grabbed a branch and swung, pushing it away. Step by step, he made his way closer to the glowing pit. Finally, he reached the edge. The flame of Zithra floated above the energy pit, radiating warmth and power. Kale extended his hand, but the flame hesitated, testing him. He closed his eyes, recalling the lessons he had learned during his long journey to Zithra: courage, patience, respect for all life. The flame pulsed, then leapt into his hand. The hall fell silent. Alira's eyes widened, and a murmur ran through the noble crowd. A human had not only survived the trial of courage but had succeeded where seasoned nobles had failed. "You have courage," Alira said slowly. "And knowledge. But now, you must prove loyalty." The platform shifted again, revealing a holographic council chamber. Around the table sat nobles, their faces cold and unyielding. Kale understood. He was to negotiate, persuade, and survive their scrutiny. Every word, every gesture, every expression would be judged. One misstep, and he would be cast out. The lead noble, a tall figure cloaked in dark violet, spoke first. "Why should a human have a place among us? You have no lineage, no claim to power, no honor. Speak." Kale took a deep breath. "I may have no bloodline here, but I have something far more valuable: commitment. I came across galaxies to learn, to serve, and to prove that even a human can honor the principles you cherish. Give me the chance, and I will not disappoint you." The nobles exchanged glances. Some nodded slightly, others frowned. Kale continued, speaking honestly, calmly, and with conviction. He shared stories of his travels, of the challenges he had faced, and of the lessons he had learned. Slowly, tension shifted into curiosity, then respect. Alira stepped forward, her eyes gleaming. "You have faced mind, courage, and loyalty," she said. "Few could survive all three trials. Yet you have, and with dignity. You have proven yourself worthy, not by birth, not by wealth, but by your choices, your heart, and your will." Kale's legs shook, but he stood firm. The hall erupted in applause. Nobles who had doubted him now bowed in acknowledgement. Alira's smile was rare, radiant, and filled with approval. "You will not be cast out," she declared. "You will be welcomed as a noble of Zithara. And let this be a lesson: courage, wisdom, and honor are stronger than lineage, and determination can shape destiny." Kale bowed deeply, feeling a mixture of relief, pride, and awe. He had stepped forward when all others had hesitated. He had faced impossible challenges, survived, and earned his place. Outside the hall, the twin suns of Zithara were setting, painting the sky in gold and crimson. Kale knew this was only the beginning. Many more challenges awaited, but he had learned the most important lesson: sometimes, the only way to belong is to step forward, and never look back. And somewhere deep in the hall, Alira watched him with quiet curiosity, knowing that this human might change Zithara forever.